How's it going, guys? Jackzer here, and today I have a very quick tip for you relating to iRacing's graphic settings. Now, this setting is a very easy setting to miss, especially if you've never used it before for other games. But just talking to a few people, it's become apparent that not a lot of people know about this. And even myself, I knew I could use it in a different game, kind of a military simulator a long time ago. I didn't know it made this much of a difference in iRacing, seeing as iRacing actually had the setting to turn this on, which is a bit weird, but either way, I'm going to show you how to turn all this on afterwards at the end of the video. There's 2 steps you need to do, and I'm also going to leave a link to a video in the description where I go into much more detail on how to compile lots of different graphic settings to get a really nice crisp look in your game, while also letting you know if there's any FPS optimizations that can be made to give you a boost if you need that. But basically what this setting is it controls anisotropic filtering. So here is without. We can see it's all to do with textures, and textures are very important in iRacing because, you know, it's what communicates info to us. I have this in a preview mode now, so we'll have a little look, and it's going to roll forward and we can look at the track. We can see we can't see any of these nooks and crannies. Down here there's these little dark spots. They should be holes in the track. We can't see any of that. The bush, we're not even going to get into that. Coming up to this part, we can see how the textures pop in, but they're not like textures, they're just stains or holes. And the more we move forward, they pop up and give us this weird effect of the game's loading as we're moving. That's alright if you're in a crawling simulator, but in a racing simulator you're moving very fast and you're looking at least 200 or 300 meters ahead. So to have this stuff popping up very close to you in the 100 or 150 meter range, it's not very practical, especially when the kind of stuff I'm talking about is rubbered in track. And this is where this can give you extra time just by knowing where this is. Granted, iRacing have been pretty cool. The developers are great. They have made it so you can see this general fuzz. Not only does it look like a fuzz and just a fade, it doesn't look good, and it's not really clearly saying that, hey, there's a nice black fresh rubber here you can drive on. It's just like, this is the way that every car seems to have driven on. So if we look here, you know, we don't really have any clearly defined grooves in the curb here. The textures here, okay here, but as we can see they go up, and we get these kind of artifacts moving on the side of the track, which, you know, for some people they might miss it, but this stuff is just vile and disgusting. That's my own thing. But like, here's a crack. This should be a crack in the pavement. This more looks like a shadow. And again, coming around the corner, we have this kind of shadow, which this should be a clearly defined crack. And here we have these sort of artifacts that are just going to pop up and move along. That's the game trying to save your computer. But the thing is, anisotropic filtering doesn't take up much space. So, you know, once we get up here and see the grass is just doing its own weird thing with the textures, and textures are on everything. So, you know, we can see the fence here, coming up here, it's just gone. We've lost it around this point. So let's move on and have a little look. So this is, let me just check. Okay. Right, so moving on, we have 2 little comparisons here. This is without, this is with. Without, with. So I hope you can appreciate, for people who like the finer details, this is a pretty big difference, you know, and it'd be quite common if you're there watching other YouTube videos and then you have a look and you're like, why does my game look like this? Some people's looks like this, you know what I mean? And they say they play on 1080p, I play on 1080p. What is the difference? And basically it's anisotropic filtering. Like, look at that bush, the way it just changes. This is all to do with textures. Same with here, same with the grass, same with the paint, and same with our rubbered in line. If we actually move down here, we're going to be able to have a closer look and see what the improvement is, which I think it is pretty large. You know, look at this blackened in area. It's way darker than what we had before, and as it goes on in the race, this changes a lot. And to have that dynamic track data work, you need to have an isotropic filtering on. Coming up to the curb, nothing more to be said. The textures continue on here. We can actually see this stuff's going on. This isn't just artifacts, this is the way it's meant to be. Same with here. We don't have artifacts moving along with us trying to save us computer space. Here's that bit in the track that's obviously a crack. It's not just a shadowy, blurry stain. It's a well-sharpened crack in the track that helps to, for the immersion. And Monza is a very bumpy track, so you need to know where all the bumps are, and this will kind of give you indications to remember where different spots on the track are, the go spots and the don't go spots. So huge setting. Here's the fence. We can actually see it down. It does disappear after a while, but you get the picture. Anisotropic filtering, very important. How to turn it on? We're going to do it right now. So, how to turn it on? Very simple. We're going to come to our NVIDIA control panel. Now, I have made a bigger video. Again, the link is in the description below if you want to see how to set this up perfectly. But if you want to just see this quick tip, because this is worth it knowing without having to go through a pretty long video that I made. It could have been a lot longer, but I did try and keep it pretty concise. Here, manage 3D settings, anisotropic filtering, turn it on to 16x. That's it. Press apply. That's it. Done. Close out of there. And then in iRacing, what you're going to do is you are going to go to your graphic settings and you're going to set 16x for an anisotropic filtering. Fucking mouthful of a word that is. And restart your game. Once you come back in, that's it. The textures will be there. Everything's going to look great. Feel great. And with sim racing, it's important that you get all the little details out, because it's what gives it the immersion. We have pedals, we have cockpits, we have wheels, we have different screen technology, great computers, and sometimes we have not so great computers, but even still, this isn't such a taxing setting to put on. So definitely turn it on, and if you can't, try 8x in the GPU control panel. If not, try 16x, try 8x, you can try 4x, but definitely do experiment with this, because there are some serious gains to be made here with the dynamic track, the way it changes, and especially in the rain, as you're looking off into the distance, you want to be able to see the textures in the puddles and the textures in the road around the puddles, and this setting is going to help tremendously with that. So basically, that's everything. Just a very quick tip for you guys. Anisotropic filtering, turn it on, makes your track look great. Good track means fast car means happy person. That's basically it. Go into your GPU control panel, turn on 16x and anisotropic filtering. Likewise, in your iRacing graphics settings, turn it on to 16x. And if you want more information on a whole graphics video, I did a 2024 video, it's down in the description below, top link. You can click on that, and I cover everything to make the game look as crisp as you can, while also letting you know about opportunities if you do need to save on performance, or if you are looking for a little FPS boosts. It's a simple video, especially if you're not too used to the settings, so do check it out if you want to. And if you're looking forward to more videos in the future, let me know. Subscribe if you want, and like if you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching.